taste the sweetness without the bitter. We don't know what sweetness is without really knowing what the bitter is. The more we bring attention and bring the qualities of those expansive states to these more contracted states. So bringing the expansive states to the contraction, to the dukkha. The more we can do that, the more we're able to have resilience, the more we're able to stay with those moments that are really hard. Sometimes life just hurts. It just does. It's part of being human. Waking up doesn't take us out of being human. We don't rise above that, as far as I know. We still have these bodies. We still grow old. We get sick. We die. We lose our loved ones. Things change. Things are constantly changing, faster than we can really track. Sometimes life hurts. This is just part of it. This is part of the deal. But the more we can fall into a tender relationship with those moments and allow the heart to open in those moments, the more we're able to stay open and actually find the joy and the happiness and that sweetness, even amongst the difficult. It can all be mixed in. We just have to be looking for it and have the courage to turn towards that difficult. So much of this practice is actually courage. It takes courage to turn towards what's really here and see it for what it really is. Sometimes it's a blessing because what we've made it in our mind is much more horrific than what it really is, right? And other times we see our ignorance, we see our blind spots, and start to realize that we had no idea there was so much pain or so much dukkha there. But now we're seeing a little more clear. So both can happen, but both are in the service of awakening. There's the dukkha, the suffering that leads to more suffering, to more dukkha. And those are those patterns, those habits we keep finding ourselves in. We repeat ourselves quite often in the way we react or respond to certain things. We find ourselves saying, I'll never do that again, and then years later, So there's dukkha that leads to more dukkha, and then there's the dukkha that leads to freedom. The formula, the Buddha used a lot of formulas. The formula that he used for awakening included dukkha. It's not separate. The dukkha isn't separate from our ultimate happiness, from our wisdom and compassion. It's part of the formula.